Hello my friends, this is Dustin Stelzer with Electrician U, and today we're going to talk about ripping out single pole switches. So we've gotten all of our wire run, wires hanging out of boxes everywhere, and it's time to do the rip out. And we've got single pole switches that we need to start ripping out. A lot of helpers don't get to do these until they've learned how to do receptacles. So let's just talk about the single pole switch. Normally with a single pole switch, you're gonna have two wires that are your hots, and then you're gonna have one that is a switch leg. Not always, sometimes you're only gonna have one hot and a switch leg. Sometimes you're gonna have 3 or 4 hots and a switch leg. The whole idea though is that a switch only has 2 screws. A single pole switch has 1 hot and 1 leg screw. So all of your hots need to be pigtailed together, and you need to turn them all into one conductor. So in this example, we're gonna take 2 hots, we're gonna rip the sheathing off, get all of the neutrals, all of the hots, and all of the grounds relatively together and out of the way, and we're gonna start working with the grounds first. Grounds always, it's just the habit that I get into because I like to get those folded in the back of the box. You're gonna have a wire nut, a green wire nut that you're gonna put everything together and get it down to one conductor. And I like to just get that wire nut stuffed all the way in the back of the box because it's not something you're gonna need really to get access to ever again. Now once I've got the ground on there, I like to fold that wire nut all the way in the back and leave all the extra slack of that ground conductor hanging out of the box. Next, it's time to work on the neutrals. So switches don't use neutrals most of the time. For the switches we're talking about, and the majority of switches out there, they don't use a neutral. So neutrals you really just need to shove into the back of the box, but you need to fold them a little bit and figure out how long they need to be and then cut them. And then strip the ends of them out, twist them together, or not. There's a lot of debate on whether or not you need to be twisting wire nuts together because of the way wire nuts are designed. I personally just don't want a joint to come apart for any reason. I don't want to lose contact, so I always twist with my clines. That's just my preferred method. Put a wire nut on it, fold it into the back of the box, just get it completely out of the way, and then you're only dealing with your black conductors. You've got a set of hots, there's 2 hots, and there's 1 leg. So what we need to do, since there's 2 hots, and we only have 1 hot screw, is we need to cut a small portion of conductor, of black. And we're gonna strip out the end of it, we're gonna strip out the ends of the 2 hots that are coming out of the box, and we're gonna put all 3 of these together. twist all 3 of them together, and look what you've got. You've got 2 wires that you just converted into 1 wire. This is what's going to go on your device. So I like to get the wire nut pushed into the back of the box, and then I will take this hot, the switch leg, and the ground, and I'll put them together, make sure they're the same length, and I will fold them in there neatly so that when somebody walks up, all they have to do is grab those 3 conductors and pull it out, and they see, oh, I've got a single pole switch. This is a switch that's going to be going here. It's not a 3-way, it's not a plug, it's not anything else. This is a switch. So fairly easy. Again, I like to do things a certain way over and over, so it's kind of like my signature. People can tell that I was there. So I like to keep all of my conductors kicked, but when I'm making something up, I like to fold everything in there so it's at an angle. Don't know why, don't ask me. It's just when I look at a room and I see everything is at an angle, it just, to me, it looks really cool. It looks really neat. You could do it horizontal, you could do it vertical, whatever you like doing. Just kind of start learning why you do things the way you do, what you like to do, and put your signature on it. You know, like, be proud of what you do and leave your mark and have a reason for doing it. Don't do something just so that you like have to do something original. Like, do things that make sense. But after you've done things that make sense, if there's like a little bit of room for you to kind of put your own flavor on something, always do that. Always have something that's kind of unique to you the way that you do it. So that's it. Single pole switches, super easy. If you have 2 hots or 1 hot or 3 hots, the same thing applies. All you're gonna do is put your grounds together, put your neutrals together, and get all your hots together into 1 wire, and then get your leg sticking out. So you have leg, 1 hot wire, and 1 ground wire. Neutrals always get stuffed in the back, unless you're doing some kind of fancy dimming, you know, like lighting control system or something that requires a neutral. But like you're gonna have to know more about what you're doing to even get into stuff like that. So don't even worry about that. Just grounds in the back, neutral in the back, and 2 black wires. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.